Hello everybody, and welcome back to Warhammer Weekend Times. My name is Stan, and I'm your host, and today I've got a episode actually from the tournament that is currently going on in the Call of Warhammer Beginning of the End Time Steam group. And you can actually find that group in the description below if you're interested in joining it. But today this is going to be NapoleonBlown-Apart's game, and he is going to be playing as the Grand Principality of Reichland, and his opponent is going to be Richard. And Richard is going to be playing as the Vampire Counts. But let's go ahead and start the replay, or go over the army comps, and then go ahead and start at full speed. But anyway, guys, Richard has a huge line of zombies. I think he's bringing like 6 units of zombies, just stretches all the way out there. And then behind them, he's got a whole bunch of skeleton warriors as well. I think about 5 or 6 units of them. He's also got 2 units of Cairn Wraiths, and then he's got a unit of Blood Dragons. Over here, he's also using are bringing 1 unit of Blood Dragon Knights, and then 2 units of Knights of the Black Grail, which really look fantastic. Then way over here, he's got 1 unit of Hex Wraiths, which only comes 6 in a unit, but they're supposed to be kind of elite, kind of, you know, Wraith, Cairn Wraith, Cavs. So, but anyway, guys, over here for NapoleonBlown-Apart's army, he's got 2 units of Outriders, and then over here he's got a really long line of Great Swords. He's also got some High Elf Spears, and then some Caribou Greatswords on his flanks, and another unit of Greatswords. In the front, he's got a couple units of Thunderers, and then he's also got some Bandolier Skringos. I think he's got 2 units of those. Way in the back, he's got some Man-Eaters. He's got a unit of Warrior Priests of Sigmar. He's also got a unit of Light Wizards, which is really cool because I never see people bring Wizards, really. I don't ever really ban them in the games that I host, but you just never really see them brought. I think it's because they're kind of hard to keep safe from Cav. But then he's also got a unit of Reiksguard Knights Bodyguard, and way over here he's got 2 units of Knights of the White Wolf, which are really nasty to have to fight against. But I think those are the armies, guys, and we'll go ahead and full speed this because it does take a second to actually start the battle. But the very first thing that's going to happen is NapoleonBlown-Apart is going to be sending his Outriders over, and to kind of pick off these Hex Wraiths. Being ranged Cav and Gunpowder Cav, you really have a lot of kill potential on small unit count units. Like this Hex Wraith only comes 6. If they were like a full unit of Cav, it'd be a little bit different, but almost all the shots are going to be focused among just a few of these Hex Wraiths, but I think they were still reloading. Yeah, we're gonna watch this volley real quick, but you can kind of see them firing. You kind of see the little blood splatters popping up on these Hex Wraiths, and then they're gonna start charging in. But these Outriders are much faster than they are, and they're gonna kind of pull out of this engagement. And he's going to start charging, but see, even just their run speed is going to exceed his charge speed. And one of the Hex Wraiths is going to drop right there, and that's going to be it for him. He is bye-bye. But he does have 5 left, but having only 5 in a unit really makes this kind of engagement scary. There's not a lot you can do, except maybe run them over to your main line. But I think he's going to try and flank with them, but he's going to lose another. He's already lost half of this Hex Wraith unit, and being down to 3 makes him kind of ineffectual. They might be okay at fighting like ogres, but now he's got 1. This unit is effectively dead at this point. Only having 1 Hex Wraith is going to be bad, and then he's dead now. So that unit's completely gone, picked off by those Outriders. Well, then over here, his Skeleton Warriors are actually going to overtake his zombies in the charge up. And it looks like he's going to start taking shots from those Bandolier Skringos kind of up on the hill. Those Thunderers are going to be firing in as well. And look at these huge amounts of kills that each shot is going to get. Like, I think these do come in 75 as a full unit. I could be wrong. I don't remember looking at him earlier, but he's only got 42 left, so he almost killed half of a unit with 1 big concentrated fire. And looks like he's gonna switch his shots over to this unit as well, kill about 3 out of that one. But really, every fire, you can almost see when he volleys. Here's a volley, here's a volley. It's like big footprints in the snow. Over here, it does look like the Carroburg Greatswords have engaged against the Skeleton Warriors, and the regular Greatswords have engaged against them as well. But around comes Richard's Cav, and this is going to be really important if he wants to push through this line here. And then back up here come the zombies, very slowly shambling in. You do kind of want to send your zombies in first, though. They are kind of your meat shield throwaway units, and that's why they come in 125 in a unit. So, you know, they make a really good kind of front-facing, you know, meat shield. But his, you know, having his units kind of fall back behind his Skeleton Warriors is not going to be really good, because in a match, you know, just a head-on-head match, these Skeleton Warriors are not going to really be a match for these high-on spears. And what he should, I think, in my opinion, is wait and have moved these zombies up, and then moved his Skeleton Warriors kind of around to flank and engulf. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. But he is going to get a really nice charge off of on these Thunderers. Oh, and then here in comes some of the Light Wizard attacks, and you can kind of see these kind of blue flames on the ground. That actually looks just like the Skink Priest attack bullet, I guess you could call it, or missile projectile. But he's going to kill a lot of his own Thunderers right there, and that's going to cause them to waver. I don't think he's going to get any kills on that Knights of the Black Grail in that volley, but then he's going to get one in that volley there. And these other Knights of the Black Grail unit are engaged in melee, and he's going to fire through here and get another kill. And these Knights of the White Wolf are going to be chewing, really just chewing through these Knights of the Black Grail. Knights of the White Wolf, I don't know if I said that, but then the Black Grail Knights are going to come in and hit these Knights of the White Wolf pretty effectively, and then he is going to get a really nice charge with his Blood Dragon Knights off onto these Light Wizards. Up come the Reichsguard Bodyguard, though, into these Knights of the Black Grail, and I don't know if they're going to get any kills off on that charge. Knights of the Black Grail are a multi-HP unit, so they're going to be very tanky in a melee engagement, and they actually shine in melee against, you know, brighter than other Cav do, I guess. But around come these Blood Dragon Knights again, and I think he's going to try and get a charge into these Knights of the White Wolf, and that's exactly what he's doing. And this has just been Cav charge after Cav charge after Cav charge. Both teams players playing very, very effectively with their cavalry. But it does look like some of these Thunderers are going to be firing into these Knights of the Black Grail. He is just not able to get these kind of meat shield units in past these spears into some of the more important units that need to be tied down by meat shields. These Thunderers are going to cause a lot of problems for him, because they're going to be pretty effective at picking off some of his multi-HP units. He does still have his Outriders, which are going to be problematic. They have got a lot of mobility and a lot of kill potential on multi-HP units. He is going to be fighting against these Bandolier Shringos, though, or these Blood Dragon Knights are, and they're going to rout, actually, and that's really good if he can, you know, get some more units to rout. I don't know if he's going to be able to, because he doesn't have too many units fighting against a lot of the Reichland units, but we'll see how this engagement's kind of pan out. He does have his Blood Dragon Knights here, though, kind of spread out, actually. He's kind of engaged kind of all across here, and it does look like he's trying to push his Blood Dragon Knights through, though, to maybe fight against some of these Man-Eaters. But the Man-Eaters are going to charge into those I'm sorry, guys. The Knights of the Black Grail are going to charge into these Man-Eater Ogres. Not getting any kills off, though, and you don't really want to prolong engagement with your Cav against these Ogres. They're really, really strong in melee. It's not something that you really want to dabble with. You really want to get hammer and anvils on them. That's going to cut through their HP pretty effectively once they're established. But these Cairn Wraiths are going to be a little bit more of a match for these Man-Eaters, and then it does look like the Blood Dragons are going to slowly be trickling into this engagement here. The balance of power, oh my god, the balance of power bar is fairly equal. I would definitely argue, though, it's more in Reichland's favor. He's killed more of a percentage of the army, and I think that the Vampire Counts brought a larger army, so it would mean he's you know, unit for unit, he's killed more. He does still have some of these kind of elite units. He has got a few, these Warrior Priests of Sigmar still look like they're a pretty healthy unit, but they're going to be fighting against the Blood Dragon Knights. In come the Outriders, though, and I think he's going to charge with these into his Knights, and the charge bonus isn't really high on these Outriders, but a charge is still a charge, and they do get a little bit of a boost for it, so they can effectively be used that way. A lot of the time when I use them, actually, if I'm not fighting an undead faction, I'll actually charge them in and hopefully get them to rout, or whatever units I'm attacking to rout, because they do fire their pistols before they charge in, so that causes a little bit of extra fear. So if it's a unit that's already engaged in melee, and I kind of use that as hammer and anvil, these are really good at making units rout. So just kind of food for thought, I guess. Although Richard does still have some Knights of the Black Grail, though, and a very few Blood Dragon Knights, and he's going to try and charge them into these dwarves. He's going to get a good amount of kills in there, actually almost completely destroy that unit. And if he could just get some hammer and anvils on these spears, it would have freed up this whole line. But at this point, look at all the chewed up undead that have kind of just funneled in here against these high elf spear units. And there's a lot of high elf spears. This is not just one unit. I think this is like 3 or 4 units. 4 units of high elf spears that are holding these just hordes of zombies back from some of the more important units. But at this point, both armies are kind of depleted. I think NapoleonBlown-Apart definitely does have a few more units. He definitely has his Outriders, so that gives him a little bit of a cav advantage. And I think once he loses a few more of these Knights of the Black Grail, I think Richard is going to kind of realize that just with zombies and a few skeleton warriors left, that he's probably not going to be able to win this battle, just because of the fact that he really has lost a lot of maneuverability. So he is going to be charging in, though, the Outriders against some of this flank of the zombies, and at that point, Richard is going to admit defeat, and that is going to be a win and an advancement for NapoleonBlown-Apart. Congratulations. But that was the game, guys. If we look at the troop deployments, or I guess, you know, how many are deployed, Richard brought a much bigger army, but I think he probably maybe should have invested some more in maybe Graveguard or Graveguard with Halberdiers, because he did bring quite a few meat shields and not really a lot of numerous infantry to back them up. But NapoleonBlown-Apart, I thought, did very well, considering he was outnumbered. But let's look at the battle statistics screen. Lots of kills from these Outriders, 114 really good kill count, 200 kills for these Karlberg Greatswords. That's incredible. They did lose, I think, pretty much the whole unit, though, except for a few. Man, that's a lot of kills for Greatsword unit. 124, though, for regular Greatswords. And you pan on down, it kind of trickles down from there. Light Wizards only getting 6 kills. It's not very good. They did get cav charge, though, and that's kind of the problem with wizards, is unless you're able to keep them safe, they are going to really get just chewed apart by cav. Even just like light missile cav can take down wizards pretty effectively. So but that was the game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed watching this one, and like I said, if y'all want to email me some of your battle replays, if y'all are in the tournament, y'all can email me at warhammerweekendtimes@gmail.com. But anyway, folks, I hope you guys like the battle replay, and I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, I'm Stan, your host. All right, bye-bye.